SEA Today.
Yes, welcome back everyone to A's Online Virtual Classroom. I am Andre, bringing you SEA Today, our new series presented by A's Online Tutoring Services, exam success at your fingertips. So, thanks a lot for joining me. If you haven't done it as yet, make sure and hit subscribe because we're on a countdown of 100 days to SEA 2021. We have 73 more days to go. And we're gonna keep these videos coming, so I'm sure you're gonna want to keep up to date with those. And if you haven't seen our previous videos, you can just check out our link right on top, because that is going to take you to our playlist for SEA Today. We've been at this for 4 weeks, and as we're on day 7 of week 4, we're going to take a look at some creative writing. And we're going to take a look at what it takes to write a good introduction. So we're going to get to a story that we actually did a few weeks ago. And that story is called The Big Fight. So The Big Fight was written by 3 of our subscribers, and they worked on this a Sunday together, and they were able to come up with a very wonderful story. So we're going to dive into it again as we did last time, and we're going to take a look at paragraph 1, because writing a good introduction could set you up for a good mark. All right, so we're going to first take a look at the story, at the paragraph 1. We're going to read it, and then we'll go to our smart board to analyze it for a little bit. All right, so you know how we do it. As soon as the timer starts, we will start. All right, so let's get it. Paragraph 1. The Big Fight. The sun beamed on Mother Earth with power to its name as summer was growing. I, Noah, a dark in complexion boy with hair as soft as silk and a voice as graceful as angels singing in harmony, was in my school cafeteria chowing down my overcooked and cheap food. As I was about to leave my food-filled table, my little sister Leah, who was in the infant class, dashed to me and said, "Noah, somebody is picking on me. Can you help me?" Wrath consumed my body, including my heart, as my baby sister was being picked on by someone. So that is paragraph 1. If you want to see the whole story, you're going to have to check the link on top right there. That will take you to our previous video where we actually ran the entire 5 paragraphs. It's a wonderful story. You will definitely want to check it out. So let's go to the smart board and take a look at how we did this. So how I analyzed this after they wrote it, they described very well the time of the day, and we look at all of that. They also gave us descriptions about the main character, and they also took time to describe the setting in which the paragraph 1 was taking place. So these are things that you don't have to. You can put these in your paragraph 1. It really does set up the story for a good flow. All right. So let's take a look at the actual words. Let's get a nice zoom there. So it says, the sun beamed on Mother Earth. So we're going to look at a few things here for a second. All the parts in blue are very well written figurative language that they use. They use really really good figurative language here. So we're going to analyze it a little bit and see how we could use some of these things in our own creative writing stories. So we could see here that they said the sun beamed on Mother Earth. Now, when you read those words, you could kind of picture in your mind the sun beaming down onto Earth, and you can literally see like the rays of the sun. If you've ever seen the sunrise or the sunset, it's something that you would recognize. But instead of saying it was lunchtime, or it was 1:30 or 12:30 when the sun is highest, instead of saying anything like that, they use a very nice way to describe it, and it said the sun beamed on Mother Earth. It gives you an image in your mind, and it really helps you to picture where or what time of the day the story is taking place. Another thing that they did here was they used colors. So they said dark in complexion in describing the main character. And colors are something that we could all relate to. There's so many colors in this video screen here that I can point out. But when you refer to a color in your writing, the reader themselves begins to relate to what you're talking about. So using colors is always a plus. And we can also see here that they used some similes, because they had hair as soft as silk and voice as graceful as angels. So one after the other, they gave us two well written similes, not overly done in context of what they're trying to describe, so it fits in very well into the story. It's not looking forced or anything like that. So that was actually a good way to fit in things like similes. You have other metaphors and things that you could use to enhance your writing. To look at the other parts here in blue, we see little sister here. That in itself gives you an image of age difference, and then they also mentioned the infant class, so that also gives you a nice picture of your mind of the little sister. She's younger than him, and just when you're able to use those few words to describe so much could be described from that, or so much could be understood from that. It's always good to use those types of descriptions. Now this last one on the bottom here, wrath consumed my body. Now that's an emotion. That's an emotion of anger, an emotion of somebody ready to attack. And some of us would have experienced that emotion. It's a common emotion for a lot of us. So using emotions that people experience regularly is another way to hook the reader, to make them say, good, I really understand what this person talking about here, and they will want to read further. Alright, so you're writing a story not for any other reason, but you want the persons to actually want to read it. Yeah, so if you look at the parts in red now, I just want to highlight these descriptions that they used. So we're writing at the SEA level, preparing for secondary school. So we don't want to use some adjectives like big and bad and good. Nothing is wrong with these words. They're English words, so you definitely can use them. But because you're writing at the standard 5 level, they want you to use some words that are a little bit, how to say it, boy. Let's take a look at the examples. So here they said overcooked and cheap food. Now you could just say bad food or food that don't taste good, but in using these descriptions, overcooked, some of us understand what overcooked food is tastes like, right? It's not the best tasting, and also cheap food as well, food that isn't of the best ingredients or that was well cooked. So using these descriptions here, as opposed to saying a bad food or bad tasting food, this was a good way to enhance the descriptions. And also here, instead of just saying a full table, full of what? So they described it with details saying food filled, and that also kind of gives you the idea of how many people was around it's lunchtime, so it had other children around, other things on the table. It gives you a good idea of the setting. Alright, so when you describe the food, and if you ever get the opportunity to describe food in your story, please take it and run with it as fast as you can, because food is a good way to hook people when you're reading, because people love food and we could use so many words to describe good tasting food. Right? But yeah, so this paragraph was of course well written, and I just wanted to highlight these key points that could help you write a good introduction, because your intro sets up your entire story. So if you start off good, there's a good opportunity, a good chance that you would actually finish well. So thank you very much for joining me. That will bring us to the end of today's episode. We only have 73 more days before SEA, so keep at it. If you stuck out through this entire video, please make sure and hit subscribe and check out all our previous videos, and look out for so many more things that we have coming. Alright, so remember, SEA preparation today, it's going to make your life so much better and more comfortable, and allow you to face that exam with more confidence tomorrow. So thanks a lot for joining me. I will see you tomorrow.
SEA Today.